Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Nice to meet you.
Okay, class, this is Trevor, and he works in television, and he is going to talk to us today, okay?
Okay.
Hi, how's everyone doing? High five. Oh, there we go. I work in television on a comedy show. Does anybody here want to work in television when they grow up? Okay, okay. Who likes comedy? Who's the class clown?
Joey!
Joey? Joey's the class clown?
I saw Sarah at recess, and this is what her face looks like.
Okay, all right.
I want to be an astronaut.
Oh, you want to be an astronaut? Well, that's great. You can be an astronaut. All you have to do is study flying or science, and maybe someday you could be the first astronaut to walk on the moon.
No! There already was an astronaut who first walked on the moon.
Well, no, not really. That wasn't real. See, there was this thing called the Cold War, and in order to beat the Russians, we kind of faked that. That never happened. See how there's no windows on the side? And see underneath where there's like a pod thing? What's that, right? Take a look at this wreckage. See how there's no plane parts on the ground there? What does that look like?
A missile.
You see, President Bush was in a secret society at Yale called the Skull and Bones. His dad was too, and they all worship Satan.
President Bush worshipped Satan?
In my personal opinion, absolutely. And one of the Skull and Bones initiation rituals is that to get in, you have to lie naked in a coffin and masturbate in front of the older members. But the really messed up thing is that since former President Bush, Bush Sr., was also a member, he requested to be there to watch his son's initiation. So he watched his own son masturbate. President Bush masturbated in front of his dad. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Hi, I'm Trevor Moore. Did you know that it's illegal to say I want to kill the President of the United States of America? It's illegal. It's a federal offense. It's one of the only sentences that you're not allowed to say. Now, it was okay for me to say it right then because I was just telling you that it's illegal to say I want to kill the President of the United States of America. I'm not actually saying it. I'm just letting you know that it's illegal to say that. It's kind of like a public service. I'm letting you know so that you don't accidentally go out and say something like that. But what's interesting is that it's very illegal to say, I really, really think someone out there should kill the President of the United States of America. That's illegal. Extremely illegal. Very, very illegal. But not illegal to say with a mortar launcher. Because that's its own sentence. It's an incomplete sentence, but it may have nothing to do with the sentence before that. So that's perfectly fine, perfectly legal. I also found out that it's incredibly illegal, extremely illegal, to go on television and say something like the best place to fire a mortar launcher at the White House would be from the roof of the Rockefeller-Hewitt building because of minimal security and you'd have a clear line of sight to the president's bedroom. Insanely illegal. Ridiculously, recklessly, insanely illegal. Yet even more illegal to show an illustrated diagram. Insanely illegal, ridiculously, horribly felonious, because they will come to your house in the middle of the night and they will lock you up, extremely against the law. One thing that is technically legal to say is that we have a group that meets Fridays at midnight under the Brooklyn Bridge, and the password is 6 Semper Tyrannis.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have heard ironclad evidence. We have heard eyewitness testimonies. We have watched surveillance footage. We have even been read the signed confession by Mr. Picklecopter himself, admitting that on the night of May 30th, he did in fact murder his pregnant wife and dump her body in the Oak Ridge Quarry. In a minute, you folks are going to get up, you're going to go in that jury room, you're going to return here with a verdict. Before you do, I want you to take a minute right now, and I want you to think. I want you to think about poor Mrs. Picklecopter. I want you to think about that baby she never got to have. They're not here to speak for themselves today. That's your job. Thank you.
All right, the prosecution rests. The defense will now make its closing statement.
Hi. I'm not going to stand here and bore you with the details of who probably killed who. The prosecution has done an excellent job at laying out the case against my client. I just want to say that wouldn't it be crazy if, despite all that evidence, you guys still came back with a not guilty verdict? Think about it. It'd be crazy. It'd be huge news. It'd be on all the news channels in the country. Everyone would want to get an interview with you. Everyone would be like, why'd you make that decision? You'd probably have to get your own press secretary.
Objection.
All right, Mr. Lawyerstein, I'm not going to allow you to sit here and bribe the jury. I'd like the jury to ignore all the defense's previous statements.
As would I. Good. Good. It's a fair call. It's a fair judge. I'm glad we're playing that way. I'm proud to say that that was a test. And you all passed.
Let's just move this along, sir.
Okay? I've said my piece. In a second, you guys are going to go back there and decide guilty or not guilty. But as you're about to write down your verdict, I feel it's my duty to inform you that in exactly 5 seconds, it will officially become opposite day.
Objection! Hey, Mr. Lawyerstein, I will not allow that mental trickery in my court. I would like the jury to know that it is not, in fact, opposite day.
That's not right, Your Honor.
Lawyerstein, you tell these people that it's not opposite day.
It's not opposite day.
Thank you.
You're not welcome, Your Honor.
Hey! Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not opposite day. Whatever verdict you come back with will be literally interpreted as the verdict.
Did you guys not get that?
Hey, I will hold you in contempt.
Thank you. I mean, boo!
Sit down! Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I apologize for all of this. I would like you to ignore everything that Lawyerstein has said here today. I assure you, it is not opposite day. Does everyone understand? Are there any questions? Yes.
So, it's not opposite day?
Son of a bitch.
Kenny, let me take a shot. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defense is wrong. It's not opposite day.
George, what are you doing?
I got this. However, opposite day doesn't start in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jinx. Personal jinx. You can't speak till I say your name.
Hey, Lawyerstein, I will hold you in contempt.
Double jinx. Ha-ha! Neither of you can speak till I say your names. All right. Now we're going to do court my way. The Lawyerstein way. All right. Music up. All right. Ladies, tops off. All right. And kids, I don't know what time it is there, but right here, it's 4:20. 4:20. 4:20. 4:20. 4:20.